One, he would need to reach out to his opponents to make amends, feel good. But then most important is to persuade the member states to honor their obligations to contribute to its expenses. Right now, AU is very dependent from outside donations. So if they can start bearing their own cost, then that will be a very positive change, considering the times and the way things are going through the world. And I think he will try that.
He takes over the chairmanship of the African Union at a time where there's so many ongoing chaos in Africa, including the one we just mentioned about the Democratic Republic of Congo. What is he likely to do to end that war? Do you see him participating very quickly to avert this crisis that is really has created a lot of chaos, not only in Congo, but also in the East African region?
I see him trying his best since he's a Polish diplomat, and to do it quietly instead of grandstanding. The problem will be if he starts grandstanding, he will be likely to offend one side. But he will need to reach all the parties to the various conflicts and gain their trust. And once he gains their trust, he will be able to work out a way in which to reduce the tensions all across the board. And I think that can be done. And if he does that quietly, he will make some achievements. If he makes a lot of noise of what he's doing, he's likely to fail.
Now, there was a lot of shadow diplomacy from Kenya to have opposition leader Raila Odinga elected as chairman of the African Union Commission. What do you think led to his loss? How is that secret ballot done within the AU?
Well, the secret ballot gives every voter, every president or prime minister, opportunity to look carefully at his interest, the interest of his country, and the continental interest, and then measure them against the candidates presented to them. If the president or the voter in this case thinks that a particular candidate may be harmful to his interest, he's going to vote against it, and or something like that. So it depends. Now, for the Kenyan candidate, Raila Odinga, he at least had 15 solid votes. That one we can say. The others were not quite solid. And what might have contributed to the negative, first of all, there are three factors. There is the president himself, President Ruto, how the others see him and take him. And if it turns out that not all of them are very enamored by his behavior,
right,
especially the comments he made a week or so before the...
And very quickly, Professor, let's go to, you are a historian. How would you describe the successes and failures of the African Union to its people?
The successes that can be counted, one would say that they have held together as a union and make them feel good, at least the leaders to feel good. That one can be said. But the failures, which sometimes appear to be more, is inability to stop the warring factions from warring. And because the African Union is beholden to the individual heads of state, then it has problems dealing with problems like Sudan or Congo, because the leaders see it as an adjunct, but not as a primary organ of operation for their particular interest. So it has that weakness, but it makes countries feel good, leaders feel good when they meet together. They can talk to each other.